An entire season of Dota 2 leads to a beautiful yearly celebration of the game we all love, the International. A fun-filled event with the very best of games and content. So far, Germany, USA, Canada and China have had the pleasure of hosting this wonderful festival, and Sweden was next year. Yet despite some of the world's most recognizable teams and passionate fans hailing from Southeast Asia, the region has still not played host to Valve's premier esport event. Today, we will ask a question that's on the mind of pretty much every SEA Dota fan. Is it possible that the Philippines hosts a TI? There's no doubt that SEA's player base comes largely from the highly dedicated and passionate fans that the game has from the Philippines. Keep in mind that this country is a beautiful holiday destination thanks to its exotic coasts and vibrant culture. The country is also pretty easy on the wallet and it has a growing infrastructure. What's more, the Philippines has an emerging political acceptance for video games, as is evident with Senator Bam Aquino showing his approval for the game. With all this in mind, surely it seems like the Philippines is a great destination for the Dota 2 tournaments. Yet, we haven't seen many international lands taking place in the country, let alone the international. Why is it that the Philippines looks primed for a TI, but Valve never decides to take its flagship event elsewhere? To answer this, we need to rewind the clock a bit. In the early days of Dota 2, everyone saw the potential to start an esports scene in the Philippines, but it seemed like no one was really ready to take things from cafe wars to large-scale LAN events. However, growth was slow but steady. Tournaments kept happening and more teams started popping up. If there's one thing that the Filipino Dota fans can lay claim to, it's their die-hard support for their countrymen. They started showing up to the tournaments, and how? Things were about to change for the good soon. Enter ESL One Manila and the Manila Major in 2016. With $250,000 on the line and top 8 teams in the world, ESL One Manila was a huge success. From some exquisite memes to top-tier banter and a noteworthy showcase of quality Dota 2, the entire tournament was a resounding success. More than just the event, however, the amount of hype and enthusiasm shown by the Filipino crowd throughout the tournament let the entire world know just how enthusiastic and passionate Philippines are for the game. When Mineski's then Filipino roster unfortunately fell short in the group stage, the crowd continued to cheer regardless, thus setting a standard for audiences. This tournament later also set the tone for the Manila Major. Valve saw that the Filipino crowd was ready for some top-tier Dota 2 action, and they delivered in the form of an excellent tournament. Manila Major is remembered by OG fans as the tournament where they set themselves as the best in the game. Others remember it as the tournament where the local boy DJ became an international sensation with his amazing Enigma plays and black holes.
They have the kinetic field. There's the black hole. From the low ground. On to 3. Step as well as Evermore are going to get 2 down. 3 dead. Moochie gets a double kill. DJ, are you kidding me? From the low ground. DJ, God.
We saw some amazing energy in the crowd, and the Filipinos became related to hype audiences after this tournament. Following the event's success, all eyes were on the island country, and in 2017, another huge tournament called the Manila Masters was announced. With 8 Tier 1 teams, $250,000 on the line, and a bucket full of hilarious content, the tournament will forever be remembered as the place where top-tier gameplay met top-tier memes and content. Given how every Filipino was in the crowd, the tournament left a lasting impression on the scene. With all these tournaments, it was established that a LAN event in the Philippines had a high chance of success. It was literally a no-brainer. It seemed like the country was ready for a major, and Valve agreed. Enter Galaxy Battles 2 Emerging Worlds. $1 million on the line. 8 of the best teams in the world. A major status for the tournament, making it a part of the official Dota Pro circuit. And the cherry on top, the host who made ESL One Manila and Manila Masters memorable, Ari Neiman himself. Galaxy Battles 2 looked like the place to be if you were a Dota fan, not just in the Philippines, but pretty much anywhere in Southeast Asia. But just 10 days before the tournament, disaster struck. Valve dropped a devastating announcement for the Filipino fans. In a blog post, they mentioned that Galaxy Battles 2 would no longer be a Valve major, thereby taking away half the prize pool and the TPC points associated with the event. Citing the country's new government regulations for esports players entering the country, Valve believed that there were unreasonable infringements on the players' privacy. Team Secret, Liquid, Mineski, Virtus Pro, and almost every other team pulled out. While the tournament still went on, it simply wasn't the same, and this is where the tide turns for the Filipino Dota 2 scene. The community reacted sharply. They weren't happy. After all, it was a big deal because this had never happened before. Nevertheless, the tournament still pulled in a reasonable crowd, which itself is a testament to how dedicated Filipino fans are. Philippines has everything: good infrastructure, unlikely visa issues, and a dedicated crowd. Yet, it's going to be this one particular issue of the anti-drug laws that will plague this country's Dota scene for the years to come. What needs to be done? That's a tricky question to answer. Certainly, the anti-drug laws that Valve so passionately hates would have to either go or be amended. Now that's a very tall order though, and it's best to not have our hopes pinned on it. So far, we know that this TI, like every other TI, will be the biggest esports tournament if the stats are to be believed. And we also know that TI 11 will be hosted in 2022, not 2021 as we would have believed. So, what do you think should happen? Should the Philippines change their laws? Or should Valve conduct a TI anyway? We are eager to hear your thoughts in the comments below. For now, we're gonna go AFK, and we'll see you in the next video.